All right, weekend almost upon us, and the Seahawks, their first home game of the season. Arizona comes to town, and someone's going to have to man up. Should be Darrell Bevell.
I agree, and I think he's got one of the toughest jobs. We've had a lot of chatter this week, and we spent most of our show on Wednesday talking about Tavares and whether or not he can pull the trigger, whether or not he starts to take more risk, whether or not there's some stretching of the field, opening the defense, putting some fear into a defense. And a lot of that, frankly, falls on the offensive coordinator and putting his team and his unit in a position to take some shots. You know, I've had many coordinators through the years. The ones that I've always loved and I think had an affinity for are those that are willing to take the risk and then willing to say, it's on me. It's on me. Okay, if you want to get on me for being aggressive at the -3 yard line and taking a shot and throwing a slant and go and there's a holding penalty or it goes the other way, fine, I'll live with that. And I think in listening to Pete Carroll this week, both Monday with us, Wednesday at his press conference, and just his quotes throughout, he's imploring his staff to be more aggressive. A little bit like Steve Sarkisian after the Eastern game. Okay, when he said, this playing not to lose, where is it getting us? It's not the way we go about it. It doesn't mean be dumb. It doesn't mean take every risk. It doesn't mean throw in a triple coverage. It just means maybe with some of the subtle calls throughout that game, taking some shots.
And stay away from some of those 3rd and 2 deep balls we saw last year, some of those balls that got Jeremy Bates eventually let go. I think he's got to do something. I don't know that he's got to be as aggressive as you think he does, but I think he's got to come up with something. He's got to scheme his way into figuring out an opportunity for Tavares to shine and get to his better parts as opposed to his weaknesses.
Play to his strengths.
Play to his strengths.
Play to his strengths. And I'll tell you what, and to your point, defense and special teams will go a long way. You put them in position, you have some momentum turning plays, you don't have to take those shots. But if Kevin Cobb and Larry Fitzgerald get it going, if special teams go the other direction, if this game is close, if it's tight, if you're down, I think playing this conservative brand of football, you're going to be looking at 0-3, and that's not a position any of us want the Hawks to be in.
Up to Darrell Bevell to man up, brought to you by Miller Lite. Man up and choose a light beer that tastes like a beer.